Hello and welcome to Every Quarter. This is episode number 36 and the date is 1st July 2024. So in this episode, I would like to talk about the comparison between Zambia government bonds and Zambia real estate investments. There are so many different points of comparison between bonds and real estate. But for this particular video, I'm looking at investment minimums. So we are going to do a comparison between Zambia government bonds and real estate from the perspective of investment minimums. If you had a certain amount of money, say 500,000 kwacha, which of these two investments would be a best fit for you? Strictly if we looked at investment minimums. Okay. So when comparing government bonds and real estate investments in Zambia from the perspective of investment minimums, it is very clear that when we invest in government bonds, you are likely to spend much lower than real estate for the same monthly income. Okay, so for government bonds, you can buy bonds with a relatively small amount of money, meaning that the entry barrier for government bonds is much lower than for real estate. And this is true for both new investors and for old investors. Real estate, on the other hand, you need quite some significant amounts of money to buy the same, to buy real estate that will give you the same amount of monthly income as you will get in a bond. So this makes getting into real estate a really major hurdle for new investors. So that's the difference really between Zambia government bonds and real estate investments from the perspective of investment minimums. Yeah, so many other comparison points, but that's not the subject for this video. We'll be able to get those in the next series of videos that I want to do concerning these differences. So to end this particular video, I would want to give you a practical example. So let's assume that your goal is 5,000 kwacha monthly income. Okay, so you want to be getting 5,000 kwacha as monthly income from an investment. And you have to choose between government bonds and real estate. Which one of these two will give you a monthly income of 5,000 kwacha with very minimal investment in terms of amount? Okay, so if you do the math, when you do the math, you will find that if you invested, say, in a government bond, a 15-year government bond, you would require an amount in the range of 265,000 kwacha as capital investment for it to give you a monthly income in terms of coupons that averages 5,000 kwacha per month for the next 15 years. So from 265,000 kwacha, you'll be able to get, to invest in a bond that will give you a monthly income of 5,000 kwacha, at least 5,000 kwacha net. That's after you've removed the taxes and all. So now the question is, are you able to build a house, for example, or property from 265,000 kwacha that will be able to give you a monthly income of 500,000 or 5,000 kwacha? I think that the answer is no. If you are 265,000 kwacha, you need to use that same, from that same amount, you need to buy a piece of land. From that same amount, you need to spend on all the, um, you know, legal, provisions that you need to satisfy. Things like you get property transfer tax, things like getting a plan approved, submitting for application for approval of your plans, your architectural diagrams, the actual building of the property, the money that you need to pay your builders, the roofing, finishing, doing all the final touches. You can imagine the entire checklist that you need to follow to build a property or a house. Are you able to do that from 265,000 kwacha and get the property ready and find someone to rent who then begins to give you a 5,000 kwacha per month? Clearly not. The chances are very low that you can, they are almost zero, that you can get 265,000 kwacha to start building a house, for example, or even some commercial property from the ground up, all the way up, and be able to find and be able to finish that building and then find someone to rent that building for you to begin to get a 5,000 kwacha in income per month. So that's the major difference that I think is very key for you to know between rental income and income from Zambia government bonds with respect to the coupons that you get there. The entry barrier for government bonds is very low. For the same amount of money, you will be able to get more from government bonds in terms of monthly income than you will be able to get from rental property. Again, that's not the only comparison point, but that's the comparison point that I wanted us to discuss in this video. So what? Okay. If the comparison, if the minimum, the minimum investment that is required for government bonds is lower um, than rental property, does it mean that you need to go for bonds and shun real estate? I think that the choice is yours. Obviously, the choice that you make between government bonds and rental property will depend on other factors of comparison, which we'll look at in the next videos. But it will also depend on your current personal and financial situation and what your short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals are. What I know for sure is that you have an option to start with government bonds and then you later diversify into real estate or even vice versa. So the choice remains up to you, and that's how come financial literacy is very key. And on this channel, that's one of the things that we are trying to do to make sure that we share. I share with you, the things that are important with regards to your different financial investments. And so, with those few words, I wish you all the best in your financial journey. Until next time, when I bring to you another episode where we compare government bonds and real estate based on a different parameter, it's buy from me.